before we get to the game, I want to congratulate these young ladies on a very good year. We were picked to finish 8th in the very beginning of this. We had a bunch of question marks, and we were unsure of what we were going to become. But this group, they grew so much as individuals and as a team. They finished the season on a 7-game winning streak, and they were the ones who did the work. It wasn't coaching. It was individual players. I have to give a shout out to our team captains, Sophie Buzzard, Corey Tomlin, and Tamia Stallings on setting the tone for how we practice and how we stayed consistent in our effort and our attitude and our togetherness. And then kudos to the rest of the team for following them. This game here is not an indication of what these young ladies accomplished, and I'm so proud of them. So, to the game. Obviously, you have to congratulate your opponent. They did what they needed to do. And I expect for them to continue to do that in this tournament and in other postseasons, and I hope they represent the OVC well. Coach Foley is an amazing coach. I hope I get the luxury of coaching as long as he has and winning as much as he has. But and my boss is in here, so I hope he does not hold this against me. But I'm going to say this. When you coach and you pour into these kids and you see the stat sheet, 2 games you played them. They shot 29 free throws the first time. We shot 6. They shot 25 today, minus the fourth quarter where we shot 9, so we shot 2. Again, Little Rock is a good team, and I'm not taking a thing from them. And yes, we have to work on execution. But it is absolutely unfair to young people for something like that to happen. And in my 8 years of being a head coach, I did a little math. It appears as though, I think it's 6 of the 8, SEMO women's basketball has been called for more fouls than other teams. We've been in the top 4 for 6 out of my 8 years. But I'm super proud of how these young ladies handle adversity, how they deal with that, because that's a life lesson. They are going to be doubted. They are going to face adversity, but we have to rise above it. I wish I could be like Michelle Obama. When they go low, I go high. But I think when they put on a SEMO uniform and they leave, they have learned how to deal with this world as women, as minority women. And I'm super proud that they are strong enough to handle that. I hate that they have to go through that. But again, super proud of the fact that they leave our program ready for whatever the world is going to throw at them.
Coach, you had, I believe, an 11-1 run at one point, closer to 3 points. And it looked like we got a game. What were you doing right to get to that point, and then what did they do to stop it?
Yeah, so I thought that we were playing with really good pace. Got to give a shout out to our freshman, Alicia Doyle, who has not played for a while. She came in and was a wonderful spark for our team. She has an amazing mid-range jumper that's very hard to guard at her size, and she was quite the spark for us. We were able to get, I think, a couple of baskets in transition, and then the next 2 possessions were empty. Once we cut it to 3, the next 2 possessions were empty, and so we have to understand how to execute a little bit better in those situations. But, yeah, Alicia Doyle was very much so a spark there. And we were able to defend and rebound without fouling.
Coach, that 13-0 run they went on in the first quarter, I think, in the grand scheme of things, may have been kind of the difference maker for them. I mean, you look at the final score, it was about that. I just wonder if there was anything that you saw that was challenging for the team, for you guys, in that stretch?
In that 13-0 run, they shot quite a few free throws, correct? So it made it very difficult, because I thought our first shot defense, I thought our defense for the most part was pretty good, right? We jumped to the ball, we made it tough, we were trying to take away certain things. But again, we get a little bit deflated. They got some offensive rebounds that hurt us. They got to the free throw line. That part hurt us. And I think, that first quarter, that was a big, it was quite a way to start the game, for them to be at the free throw line super early.
Nothing like energy-wise from you guys coming out there with just wondering if you saw anything from the huddle. Like, was there anything going on? Because it seemed like once you guys took that timeout, I think it was after the first media timeout, you guys came out, hit a couple buckets, and right back in it after that point. Was there anything those first 8 minutes that was just a real challenge for you?
Scoring. Like, it really, really was. And anytime you're in this type of tournament, it's always like, who's going to score the first basket and how are you going to score? Because the longer you go without scoring, sometimes that hoop gets a little tighter and a little smaller, and it's like, who's going to score? And it's almost like you just need somebody to need one to go through. We went to D, and I'm very proud of her for how she handled it. We knew they were going to be super physical. If she would have been 5'10" and they played her that way, they probably would have been fouls called because there was quite a bit of displacement. But yeah, we just struggled to score, and we didn't get offensive rebounds or get to the free throw line, and that helps you when you're struggling in the half court.
Jaliyah, for you, I know all the talk for Little Rock is they're a really good defensive team. Just for you, what unique challenges did they present on that side of the ball?
Yeah, they are a really good defensive team, so kudos to them. But I think it's just me having to go to, my second move sometimes. They take away the first, I have to go to the second, so I have to learn how to do that. I mean, I'm only a sophomore, so I got a couple more years to figure it out.
For you guys, you mentioned picked to finish 8th. Started the conference season 0-4. Coach, I think after that game, talked to you, you said there were tears in the locker room. And look at the run that you went on after that. So for Jaliyah, for you to have that roller coaster of a season, to see where it ended up, what has this journey been like for you?
It's been a journey. Like you said, we were picked 8th, and like she said at the beginning of the season, we didn't know how we were gonna battle with it. But we all stuck by each other. Like, I love my teammates, and they love me, and we love each other. And it helps that, we have each other's back through everything.
And just lastly, Coach, what are you going to remember most about this group in particular?
Oh, gosh. The journey and the joy of the journey. Watching them grow. Watching them battle, watching them have success, seeing them fight for who they want to be. I think that's why we do what we do. Yes, we want to win, of course, but seeing them go through that journey and do it together and do it from a space of love and kindness, that I will remember and enjoy the most.